and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a vlog day, right? It's been a while, but I have quite a few things to do. If you're new to my channel, I'm Shadam, Homeschool Mom to a 7, 5, and 2-year-old, and I recently launched my homeschool cooking curriculum, and I've been doing a lot of prep work, just adding additional changes as I go and stuff like that. So today we're heading to the grocery store, not specifically for the curriculum, more so for the house, but also to prep for week 3 of our homeschool kitchen. So if you're interested in any of that, continue watching, and I'll do a flip through of the curriculum at the end of this video. So yeah, today we're going to Sprouts. Sprouts has become my favorite store. If you've been watching the channel, you already know that, but it's because they have markdowns, they have unique products, and they have a lot of clean options as well. So my husband is sending me to the store to grab some things for him specifically, but I was like, it's time to re-up on some things, so I'm going to take you guys along with me and then come back home and share a little bit more about the curriculum, what's going on, how homeschool is going, and things of that nature. So yeah, come along with me. I had to sit down for a minute. So before I go, we eat primarily gluten-free, dairy-free, allergen-friendly. I avoid soy. I don't really like soy. I think it kind of like mess with my hair, my scalp, and things of that nature. So I try to avoid those 3 things when we're shopping. We used to not eat eggs, but we started back eating eggs, so eggs is not an issue. I just wanted to mention that if you're interested in like seeing what we actually buy, what are some healthy swaps or replacements for some things, just in case you are interested in implementing some swaps perhaps. So I've also been focused on making more things from scratch. Years ago, that used to be my thing. I used to juice all the time, smoothies all the time, like bake all the time, and just cook things from scratch. And then over time, I just started to slack up on it because of 1, it takes time to really prep and cook things from scratch. 2, it's been a bit busy, and sometimes I can find things on sale that's convenient and it's already made or like frozen, and it's just super easy when we're dealing with a busy homeschool day, a busy week, appointments or outings and things of that nature. So I'm trying to really buckle down and get back to making it from scratch, especially involving my children and being intentional in the kitchen. So part of the cooking curriculum has really pushed me to get back into that era. Although I was, slowly growing back into that. I think, when you have children, I have 3, what you do with the first one kind of slowly go away as you add more to the family. And I'm like, I don't want it to be that way. I don't want it to be that way. That means I may have to take some things off my plate. That means I may have to, be home a little bit more. That means I really have to manage my time, spend less time doing this and more time prepping in advance. So I'm really trying to figure out, balance. I know people have asked me, like, how do you balance housework and homeschool? And I have not figured it all out yet. Sometimes some things work this week, the next week it don't work. So I just really prioritize what's important. And maybe I can talk more about that later on in the vlog. But yeah, I need to get out the house, so let's go. We have found the markdown. Okay. So yeah, I'm always forgetting my bags in the trunk every time I go to Sprouts. So we are done with Sprouts. I wasn't able to record like I wanted to because I was on the phone most of the time, and I had to redirect quite a few times. But I'll do like a full haul once I get home. This one was mostly like snacks because the fruit prices are like sky high right now. So I'm gonna grab some fruit from somewhere else. Not sure where I'm gonna go, but I need to go ahead to Target for a few things for dinner for the next few days, and then yeah. Alright y'all, so I'm back home for a quick second. I'm just gonna show you what I got from Sprouts and Target. Those are the only 2 stores I went to. So I don't know if it'd be easier to just take everything out and show you. Let me do that right quick. Okay, so I mentioned some of the things for my husband. I'm not going to show what I got for him. because it's not our norm, right? So I just grabbed some Harmless Harvest coconut yogurt. I like to get these from Whole Foods because they have like the no added sugar kind, but this is a regular. But we usually just use it for, I'm gonna use this for a smoothie, so I don't mind like a little sugar. And I also grabbed this almond milk, 3 Trees organic unsweetened almond milk. This one is just like the Califia Farms. It only has 3 ingredients, but it has gray salt, so that's different. But it was on sale at Sprouts for like $4.99. Usually it's like $8. So I have some organic bell peppers, red, green, and yellow. This was back there on the markdown. This is for my husband, but I was like, this, if y'all like matcha, I think it's a whole trend now. Y'all may like this. This was on sale for like $2, but it has like coconut water, organic matcha, magnesium, Himalayan pink salt. So I was like, this is interesting. I may try one just to see what the hype is about, but it's supposed to be for hydration. So with this was only $2. Regular price is like, I want to say either $7.99 or $14.99. Okay, so I got that, and then I also grabbed some of the cherry plums. These are not organic, but I'm like, I want to try these. I think I've had these before in another brand, but we're gonna see. These are a product of South Africa. What the world? Okay, so that's been out for a while. And then from Target, from Sprouts, I also grabbed these, the Only Bar, True Vani. These are like 2 for $1, and Sprouts do the markdowns when it's about to like expire. So I think these expire like in 2 weeks or so. But it has only 12 ingredients. Let me see if I can find one that has the thing on there right. So it has almonds, dates, maple syrup, cocoa butter, oats, chocolate, cane sugar, cinnamon, cocoa nibs, coconut sugar, sea salt, and vanilla. And it's organic. 15 grams of sugar, 4 grams of added sugar. Very clean ingredients. I was like, that is fine. And then also I grabbed a few of these from Sprouts as well. They had these marked down for $1. The regular price was like $6. It's gluten free, dairy free. I think it's soy free as well. It's okay. It's not something I would just recommend everybody buy, of course. This is more so like when you have a sweet tooth or something like that. This is the first time I saw it, which is why I wanted to try it out. I did have some in the car, but I was like, I don't really like it, but I can give my kids some, you know, here and there. So I grabbed 2 because I didn't know if I was gonna actually like it or not. But yeah. And then from Target, I just grabbed, I also grabbed a rotisserie chicken from Sprouts. Hey. This is for my husband as well. But and then we also grabbed some organic banana. I think that's all from Sprouts. And then from nope, these came from Sprouts too. Some pasta sauce, tomato basil, and some classic marinara. So I really like to make stuff like this from scratch, but I'm like, for the price, it was like, I want to say $3. Tomatoes cost way more than $3. So I have to pick what I want to actually make from scratch and what I actually want to make this already made. This is a pretty clean brand. No added sugars or anything like that. So I was like, yeah, it's marked down. Maybe we'll be eating some spaghetti soon. And then finally from Target, I don't have much, but I grabbed some spinach, some of that lesser evil popcorn, some vegetable broth, and organic beef broth. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I always like to have at least 2 on hand. Then we grabbed some gluten-free flour, some organic onion, gluten-free flour, and then organic blueberries, organic mandarins, and organic apples. At Sprouts, the blueberries, apples, and mandarins were like expensive. I'm like, Target is right across the street, so let me go there. But that's all I grabbed for the haul, y'all. I'm gonna go to Publix real quick for a few things, and then I'm done. I'm getting ready to cook dinner. The few things that I grabbed from Publix. This granola, the only one that I really like to grab because it don't have any added sugar. It's sweetened with date powder. Probably add like some walnuts to it or something like that. And then they had the strawberries on sale for organic. And I grabbed some water. That was pretty much all I went in there for. Well, I didn't go in there for this, but I'm like, I don't feel like cooking, so chicken nuggets it is. So it's a new day. I don't remember where I left off on yesterday, but I'm currently getting things together for breakfast for my children. So yeah, we're making breakfast right quick, and then I guess we'll just peanut butter sandwich. Okay, we'll do toast with almond butter. Is that fine? Okay, you want a toast with almond butter and jelly? Yeah. No. Okay, what do you want? You don't want it toasted? Toddler shenanigans. So yeah, today we're having a quick little breakfast. I'm doing toast, eggs with spinach, sausage, and then probably some type of beef for me. And then, of course, with some fresh fruit, maybe some oranges or strawberries or something like that. So I'm just gonna share my day. We don't have a lot planned today. Today is Friday. I did my shopping yesterday, so we'll be going for an oil change later on today. And then I'll be going through some books. So I can show y'all all the books I got from the library that I want to use to compile the book list for my cooking curriculum. I'm thoroughly enjoying it for my girls, and I just want to make the best experience possible here at our house. So if other people can benefit from that, all praise to the Most High. So yeah, I'll just take you along as we finish up today. So I have this smash jam that we got from Costco. It's very simple ingredients. Just raspberries, dates, chia seeds, lemon juice, fruit pectin, and rolling berry extract. And then we have some organic almond butter, some gluten-free bread. I have eggs and spinach with a little seasoning. I do salt and pepper, but I added something different this morning just to see what it's gonna taste like. And then these chicken sausages from Trader Joe's. I'm probably gonna eat another meat for breakfast, or maybe not even have meat, but yeah. Does anyone else like spinach in their eggs? I don't know if I can see it. But for breakfast we're having eggs with spinach, strawberries, toast with one side almond butter, one side jam. So I'm sitting back here just eating in quiet. So I know yesterday I was talking about managing, keeping the house clean and homeschooling. So I'm like, let me just chat about that a little bit. Because it's not something that I have down pat, but I'm not really trying to do the same thing every single day. I prioritize what's important. So I am back, but I was talking about balancing homeschooling and housework, and so I said that I don't have it down pat. I don't, but I do have a few things in place that works for us. So I'm gonna say to prioritize what works for you and your husband. What are some things that you know are non-negotiable when it comes to your husband, whether it's the kitchen area, whether it's your bedroom, whether it's your bathroom? Prioritize the things that need to prioritize the things that needs to be prioritized daily, and then figure out the rest. So say for instance, I know some non-negotiables for us is our bedroom, our kitchen, and our bathroom. Those are 3 areas. Now we have more than one bathroom, but I know I have to have this set bathroom, up to par. I have to have little things in place, so that's some things that we talked about. Now, there was a point where I used to be there was a point to where I felt like I had to do everything every day, and I was stressing myself out, and I would start a big project, or I would start decluttering and pulling everything out, and then by the end of the day, I have made a bigger mess than what I started, and I'm overwhelmed because I tried to do too much. And my husband was like, you can't do everything in a day. Figure out what you can do every single day and commit to doing it. Start small, write out what needs to be done and figure out how to do it. So I was searching around for tips, and I have 8 things that I can share that may be helpful. So the first one is prioritize what's important to you and your husband. Like I said, maybe that's the front part of the house, that's the living area, the dining area, the kitchen, your bedroom, the bathroom, things of that nature. And I don't mean deep cleaning every single day. I mean cleaning as you go, picking up the small things, making sure it's presentable and things of that nature. Deep cleaning can happen, on a separate day. You want to do small things so you're not overworked, right? Then number 2, I have housework before schoolwork. So I know sometimes, there was a point in time where I used to get up in the morning and do school before housework, and then the housework wasn't getting done. But I was like, you know what, we homeschool, we have slow mornings. If I have not finished tidying up the night before, then the morning of, I'm going to do that before we get started with anything, because it's one thing to start in a mess, but it's another thing to finish in a mess and start in a mess. So it's like, yeah, let's make sure the kitchen is clean. Let's make sure the living room is clean, the toys I picked up. Also, I've noticed that when we started our day with schoolwork before housework, and then we wanted to go out for the day and come back, it's like you're coming back to mess, and it's affecting your mood and stuff like that. So try implementing something where you have to clean up and tidy up, or whatever you need to do before you start schoolwork. Number 3 on my list is figure out a routine that works for you. So I know many people do, you know, cleaning days. On Monday I do this, on Tuesday I do that, on Wednesday I do that. I don't have specific days, but I do try to alternate what I do when I do it. You know, laundry on a few days. Unless it's something for my husband, then it's like, you know, as often as he needs me to. But as far as like, you know, hair days, when we're gonna do our hair, grocery days, you know, bathrooms, things of that nature, just figuring out something that works for you. What are some things you can do as soon as you wake up? What are some things that you do before you go to bed? Things of that nature. For number 4, I said require your children to help. This was something that I needed a lot of coaching on when it came to my husband, because I would be like, yeah, it takes a long time. They're kind of in my way, like they're making a mess, or they're requiring me to take too much time. But it's like I had to learn that you are teaching your children how to be their future selves. You have to teach them how to clean. It's going to take time in the beginning, but you will get it, and it's going to be okay. So can't eat in peace. So yeah, you know, require your children to help. It could be small things. Pick up your toys off the floor, put your dirty clothes in the basket, I don't know, maybe empty the trash can, put the dishes in the dishwasher, take the dishes out the dishwasher, rinse out your dishes, put things where they go, put groceries up, you know, whatever the case may be. Like little small things, you know, little small things. Make sure you put your stuff back when you use it, your homeschool stuff, your books. Giving them small things to do has really been helpful for me. And people ask like, how you do it all? I don't. I have 3 babies, and each of them contribute in their own way that's appropriate for them. So number 5, I have tidy up throughout the day. I was never a clean as you go person up until I got married. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't. I was a, you know, cook, and then in the end, I had a whole lot of dishes, and it was overwhelming because I wanted to eat my food when it was hot and fresh. And my husband was like, you know, clean as you go. And he showed me a few times because he had a lot of experience in the kitchen, you know, growing up. His mom taught him very well. And yeah, so I clean as I go, and it's a whole lot better. So clean as you go in the kitchen, as well as if you're homeschooling in one room and you're done, make sure all the books are put away, all the toys are put away. If you use something in the bathroom, you know, do what you do with your towels, and make sure the rug's not all over the place. You know, clean off the counters if you had something. Like tidying up throughout the day, clean it as you go, and finding small windows of time when the children are napping or when the children are playing or whatever the case may be, to go pick up things that has, you know, been out of place throughout the day. So that works. And then 6 is get rid of clutter. Get rid of clutter. All the other stuff that you don't need. Like it takes you so long to clean up to the point where it's overwhelming. You have too much stuff. You have too much stuff, and this is a problem I had. And I was like, I need to start getting rid of some of this stuff. And so while I feel like I have decluttered a little bit, I still feel like there's some areas I can improve in on. Either it's decluttering or it's the organization system I have going on. So, but I will say I don't have as much clutter as I used to, and cleaning is a lot more manageable because of that. 7, I have living outside activities. I love to just get in the car and go. I love to go to the stores. I love to go looking, you know. I love to take kids out, but it's like if you don't have a hold on your cleaning schedule and on your homeschool schedule, going out is only going to cause more confusion. It's going to cause more overwhelm because you don't know how long you're going to be out. Like if I go to the store, I'm thinking I'm going to spend 10 minutes in there. It's usually 30 minutes an hour, depending on what I'm looking for, right? If I'm looking for some deals, it's going to take me some time. But also when you go to the library, you go to the library to pick up books. I put books on hold, and next thing you know, the kids are playing with toys, they're doing crafts, they're doing scavenger hunts, they're looking at books, and it's like 10 minutes can go to an hour really quick. Think about the time it takes you to commute to and from. Like for me, for the good places we want to go, it's at least a 20 to 30 minute drive. think about going there and back, it's at least an hour, right? So it's like, look, that's 2 hours of your time that you could have used and utilizing and implementing systems and things of that nature. And so I've learned that I cannot go to every dog fight. And I'm not meaning a literal dog fight. It's just figure of speech from my family growing up. Like, you cannot be everywhere and do everything. If you don't have something in place before you start to add more things, it's only going to cause more chaos and overwhelm. And you need to make sure your priorities are priorities. So, A is limit social media. Social media can be a distraction. Scrolling, you looking at one video, then another video, you watching a YouTube video, trying to take notes, and it's like, hey, I could be cleaning. I could take me 10 to 15 minutes, 30 minutes to get something done in this house. Instead, I was on my phone being distracted. So those are some things I have in terms of, you know, balancing housework. And I was going to do a separate video for that. But why not include it in this one? So this vlog may be very lengthy, but I feel like it's important. So yeah, I was mentioning about the homeschool curriculum and how, you know, it's really pulling me out my shell. I was going through like some old photos of my children back when they were like 1.5, 2, 3, just seeing them sit on the counter helping me making muffins or juicing or shopping in stores with the little mini carts and stuff like that. And it's like, this is something that I was growing over time. I've always been really big on nutrition and healthy eating and just involving my children, you know. Because if you don't involve them, then you have a hard time keeping them entertained. You have a hard time, like, doing certain things. So it's like, why not just involve them and they'll learn, and you're teaching them early. And so once they're able to do it on their own, they'll be little masters. They'll be little chefs. So I really take pride in that. So it's been really good to just, you know, do what I'm supposed to do. It's also making sure that I prioritize my eating. I get my sleep. I do get my sleep every single night. That's one thing I get. But as far as eating, sometimes I can slack on that. But if we're in the kitchen and we having to make these recipes and we having to be on our P's and Q's and make sure we have things in the house, I have no other choice but to eat the right stuff. So, okay, so I got on the floor to share a little bit about the curriculum, just in case you're interested. So, or just curious of what I'm talking about. So, it's called Our Homeschool Kitchen. The title says Recipes, Activities, and Fun for Little Chefs by me. In here, it's about 75 pages, and I've checked it already. I whole bunch of mine and put it in a binder just for the sake of, you know, keeping it organized and things of that nature. I think I'm going to do another video just for a thorough flip through, but just a little peek at some things in here. So we've done week 1 and 2 already. So for week 1, we had to review or introduce groups. It's more so a review for us because I've never covered groups before. So basically, I just labeled each of the food groups, laminated this paper, and then I cut out some pictures from each of the food groups, and they had to label and categorize it. And I kind of shared that on my Instagram page, you know, on Instagram. And then we also talked about like kitchen utensils, things in the kitchen. Kitchen utensils, things in the kitchen. So I printed out the images, had them cut it, and then gave them a list of what they were. So I had them write and label each of them. We made our own our own DIY flashcards by using index cards, you know, glue, paper, marker, and then we used the hole puncher for that. So it's the whole list of that. That was week 1. Week 1 was, you know, kitchen foundation, as well as food group introduction or review. And then week 2 was measuring dry ingredients. So for dry ingredients, we kind of like, I shared a video on how to measure dry ingredients. We also talked about fractions, so like the whole, the half, and the fourths. So that's a little bit. So basically in here there are pages to tell you how to use this curriculum and just give you a little backstory of why I created it. There's a list of things that the young chef would need. It doesn't have to be all at once. Then the weekly layout of what's going on each week, what they're going to be learning or talking about. And then I provided science experiments with links as well for each week. It's totally optional. You can do it outside of this lessons. You can do it with the lessons. It's up to you. But I like to do experiments and stuff. So I provided 2 lists. One of them are easier, more so for the younger children, and one of them are more so for the older children. And yeah, then gave field trip ideas as well. And then, you know, divided them up into units. So kitchen safety and utensils as well as food groups. It's a recipe per lesson. With this one, I provided a lot of images and things of that nature that you can include younger children with, like scavenger hunt. And then week 2 was the dry ingredients. So I have recipes for each thing. For dry ingredients, we practice making cookies. Week 3 is what we're going to be doing very soon, and that's measuring wet ingredients. So that's what I had to go to the store for. So basically, each week have recipes. For week 3, I'm going to insert a smoothie recipe as well, because it's measuring liquids, and we use like water, coconut water, juice, whatever. Also, yogurt in there, so that would be good addition. And then bacon bases, we get all the way into it. We go through eggs. We talk about, that's what I had this morning, the scrambled eggs with the spinach. We go through making salad dressing. We talk about pasta. We do healthy snacks. We talk about added sugar and stuff like that. We talk about sandwiches, the different components of a sandwich. Easy recipes the kids can make themselves with limited supervision. We talked about healthy snack choices and why we don't eat, you know, certain snacks and stuff like that. Pasta, we go over rice. Soups and stews, the difference between the two. Breakfast favorites. So a lot of fun breakfast things. We could do a pizza party. And that's pretty much, you can use pita bread, you can use pre-made crust, you can make a crust from scratch. But just talking about that, as well as when you want a sweet treat, some options for that. And I have some excellent options for the sweet treats. This is where we talk about the added sugar and natural sugar. And then here are a few recipes for the sweet treats. Apple nachos with peanut butter and granola, frozen banana ice cream. I put this page twice. Then we go over bread alternatives, because since we do eat gluten-free, just having people aware. And then at the end, it is the family feast, where the child is able to, you know, figure out a meal for the family, and then kind of like divide it up amongst the members of who's going to cook what and who's going to grab what and stuff like that. And it's just like a fun thing. So that's pretty much a flip through of it. I'll go through in another video with more additional things, books and stuff like that. So it's better lighting this way, but I did mention some library books, y'all. This is our current stash of library books that we have checked out right now. This is not even all of them, but I was looking through the curriculum and I was like, I like to read books. So if I can find some books that represents Black family, cooking, learning about chefs, you know, how things came to be, different dishes and stuff like that, just exploring how that works, so I could just share a few things that I grabbed. I was working with my librarian, just asking her what would she recommend, and she gave me some great books. So I'm going to share a few of them. I'm not going to go into detail of what the other book is all about and stuff like that, but more so just show you the different titles that we have. I'm going to compile a book list. So I think by the time this video is up, I should have the book list listed in my description box for you to check out, as well as the curriculum if you're interested. So I had to read through all of these books, you know, just to see what they're about and if I feel they're appropriate to share in a book list, you know, because sometimes books don't be what you think they are, but I've enjoyed some so far. So I am going to share the ones that I really like so far, and then I put some more on hold that I'm going to pick up in a few days, and then that one will be what we add to the book list. Not right now.
Why, Mama?
Alright, so far I have these books. So the first one is When Alexander Graced the Table. The second one, We Had a Picnic This Past Sunday. We Had a Picnic This Sunday Past. Fun book about family gathering. This one is the Juneteenth Cookbook. So, you know, talk about Juneteenth and then have different recipes that you can do. Thought that would be helpful. This one was recommended by my librarian. It is Amy Wu and the Perfect Bow. I think that's how you say it. Is it bow? I forgot. But this one is a really fun book. And a bow is one or more Chinese steamed buns with savory or sweet fillings. So that was interesting. My librarian also recommended this book called Fry Bread. I haven't read it just yet, but I know that we may enjoy this one. The next one I have is Sankofa, which is a book on resilience and belonging. This is a really good one. I just read this one yesterday. Then I have Thank You Amu, which is a really good book that we're going to read during the week of soups and stews. Very good book. She put red stew in this book. Then I love this one as well. This one called Granny's Kitchen. I want to say she was from Jamaica. So this is a really good one about the girl who wanted to cook, and every time she tried, she either burned it up, she overcooked it, or whatever the case may be. But in the end, she got it right. So this is a really good one. And then we just have a basic like nonfiction books about chefs. And then there's a little series, the drive-through series. There's a drive-through series on different things. So the first one we got was the beginning of bread. And then my librarian was like, they have chocolate, they have potatoes, they have salt, they have sugar. So I said, okay, we can do those. So we have the search for salt, we have the story of sugar, and we have the path of potatoes. So these are really fun books, talking about the beginning of those items and with those foods, and then like different dishes around the world and stuff like that. So it's a really good series that you can do with geography and pair it with learning about different countries and stuff like that. So far that's all we have. I feel like we're missing some and they're out of place, but yeah. So I am enjoying it. I have a few books that I have to read through, so I'm not gonna share those just yet, but I'm really enjoying how things are coming. I'm enjoying the feedback from other moms. Yeah, like people are seeing a need for something like this, and even if you don't homeschool, there's still a way to implement it. And as I said in other videos, the curriculum is flexible, so I don't even want to call it a curriculum. It's a guide, you know, it's a guide. And it's more so to teach the why behind what you're doing and the technique as opposed to the actual recipes. You want to teach them like properly how to measure out things, or why it's important to use this instead of that. And so I think it's perfect to do like on Sundays. It's perfect to do during breaks and stuff like that. And we're going through it page by page, and I'm picking out things, I'm figuring out ways to make it better, I'm adding more things to it, I'm swapping out, you know, here and there, because I really wanted to make it something that can be used, you know, for a long time. So that's pretty much all I have so far. As far as homeschooling, we are down to the last week in our math curriculum, so I still have not figured out what the celebration would be in terms of, you know, once they get finished. Last year we did ice cream shop, but we just had ice cream this week, so we started doing something else. And I'm still doing searching for like switch curriculum for language arts. I do have the first language lessons. Book? That's fine. I do have the first language lessons, and I do like it. I haven't started just yet, but we've been also using the Scholastic, like different subject area books, so they can practice on specific things, so whether it's writing or grammar or whatever the case may be. So I'm still figuring that out. As far as science and geography, maybe I'll just make a whole other video kind of like brainstorming curriculum choices for the upcoming school year. But I think I'm going to end this vlog right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. And I'll see y'all in my next one. So let me know what all videos y'all want to see, things of that nature. Yeah, just let me know what y'all want to see. I want to start back vlogging, but sometimes I overthink it. I'm like, it's too much. I don't want to do multiple angles, but all you got to do is just show what you're doing. So yeah, let me put this up and finish prepping for today. Get a homeschool lesson in, and then yeah, that will change. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video.